Welcome back to No More Heroes. We're in the top 3 of the United Assassins Association. Huzzah!
That just means you're the second loser, okay? So,
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say I'm trying to work the numbers there.
actually, did we just make rank 4? I think we...
Yeah, but yeah, but based on story progression, we're not going to fight number 1 technically,
Why?
because you have to beat up our sister instead.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
right. Jean just shows up and kills the final boss. I forgot about that. I thought she was the top assassin, but
So number one is let's shake
the
again.
top assassin was like a really over the top Darth Vader parody. But you don't actually fight him, do you?
No,
But I think it was voiced by Steve Bloom.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is funny because Steve Bloom comes back later in as Badman in Travis Strikes Again.
Oh, okay.
But in this mini game, you have to herd cats.
Okay, well, we should just give up right now.
Gotta find.
Yeah, have you
cat.
guys ever tried actually herding ferals or at least strays?
Have you ever tried getting a cat to listen to you? It doesn't happen.
Well, no. If you have a toy, it's pretty easy. But I'm talking about cats that aren't yours, or cats that want no business with you unless you're giving them food.
That's most cats for me.
No, that's definitely ferals.
Well, no, I
No,
mean,
that's-
most cats
that's
don't
most
want
cats.
anything to do with me, no matter what. So
Do you have
Yeah.
cats?
no, but because my parents were allergic,
I've-
they also don't like animals.
Ah.
I've been in houses with several cats, and only one of them has ever seemed to show that it likes me at all. And that's unfortunately, a cat that is no longer with us. There was a cat that sort of just took up residence in my mother's backyard shed.
This is my house now. Says who? Sprays on the wall. Says me.
The only cat that's ever given me any sort of attention is Emil's cat.
Here's the thing about this cat, though. It's such a strange creature. My stepfather's allergic to cats, so when a stray cat wanders into our yard, the dogs will generally scare it off. The dogs kept scaring the cat off, and it kept coming back. So eventually, my mother and stepfather just let it hang around, and then eventually adopted it. For some reason, this one cat wouldn't give my stepfather any allergy trouble. I don't know why.
So actually, I can't think of one cat that gave me that liked me. But the thing is that this was like in middle school, and since I never really grew up with animals, I wasn't used to them. So cats at that kind of scared me a little bit. Not too much. Dogs still freak me out a little bit though. But so the cat was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave you alone, and you'll leave me alone, right? No. At that point, it just would keep on trying to jump on top of me,
Man.
like and stay on my lap all the
Oh.
time.
It
Just wants a
sensed
pet.
fear.
And so it wants
This is just making me.
I probably just wanted a pet.
This is making me want to boot up Shenmue for a good old-fashioned round of Super QTE at the arcade. Okay. This is boring. Is what I'm trying to say, basically.
It's a mission.
It's all the same breed of cat.
Does this one pay okay at least?
Not really.
It's still
The easiest way to make money in this game is to spam the pizza butt missions.
it still amuses me that Shenmue, because QTEs were such a new thing at the time, decided to have a tutorial for QTEs in the form of an arcade machine that was literally just button prompts.
Wow.
Oh, so Dragon Slayer.
Super QTE is an arcade machine that you can play in Shenmue that just displays a button for you to press. I
Well,
Why?
I mean, that's like when you boil it down, that's basically just Guitar Hero. Only
Guitar Hero
the
at least has something graphically impressive going on while you press buttons, okay? This wasn't even a rhythm game.
Sometimes too impressive. I can't
This
distract.
wasn't even a rhythm game, okay? It was just this button shows up on screen and you press it game, because they wanted to have a way for you to practice QuickTime events. Because QuickTime events were new. I think Shenmue might have been the first game to call them that. So yeah.
And then Apple got very upset with them and sued.
Dick.
No, this is our Man getting hit in groin by coconut.
Coconut in the groin. Coconut in the groin.
This isn't Sylvia. This isn't
This
Family's
isn't
Funniest-
America's
Funniest
funniest home videos, Homer.
Bust a
No,
coconut.
it's just no. It's Sylvia and Henry watching the video.
Do it again. Do it again.
I like that how the name applies equally well if you fail to bust a coconut.
That's the joke. Yes.
It's getting faster.
Oh damn.
Oh. You know, I should move.
Things I do for rent. Oh,
Ah, my groin.
My other nut.
how many do you have?
As many as the.
And who's launching them?
As many as I need to.
Then why do you care?
It
Still hurts.
Yeah, that's fair.
It'd be like saying, "Oh, what do you care? You're immortal. You know, getting smashed in the head doesn't hurt." Well, yeah, it still hurts. But yeah, those are the new minigames. Off to rank 3 fight.
So,
Yeah, this is Speed Buster, I believe, right?
Yes.
so the pizza butt missions, is that a mini game like that, or are those the?
No, those are assassin missions.
There are mook rushes.
okay.
Yeah, but no, they're mook rushes with a specific target. You can ignore the mooks and kill the target in less than 10 seconds, and you'll make like 50 grand.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you. and
So
you can do them
while
as much as you want.
while other missions can potentially pay better, the money per time spent is
Yeah,
is
it's
what's
just
better.
better to do the pizza butt missions.
Yeah.
And you can spam them over and over again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the big three
Okay.
yoga class?
Now we just have yoga.
Pigs.
Yoga Sylvia,
Collect the whole set.
which is set up for a punchline that was honestly pretty funny in number 2.
Travis.
That's right, because he gets like a nosebleed from Downward Dog.
When he finally gets some from Sylvia, he just steps outside his front door and yells to the heavens, "Downward fucking dog!"
Mail? I never get mail. Dear Mr.
Your
Touchdown,
rent is due.
Your rent is 37
notice.
weeks past due.
Wasn't that basically the opening to the Spider-Man PS4 game?
Kinda, yeah.
It's like he's getting ready to go out the door and start web swinging, and he sees the mail under his door, and it's his rent due, his rent overdue notice, and he just narrows his mask eyes at it and leaves.
Seriously, you think that Tony would help every once in a while?
I know, right?
Cheap.
Or Strange, actually. Or Richard.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
No, Richards is a jerk and wouldn't do it out of principle.
It's
Yeah, but he
interesting
could.
because, like, in the DC universe, I remember distinctly, at least before New 52, that, like, the Justice Society and stuff would actually help their members, like, establish themselves with, like, jobs and stuff.
Oh no, Batman basically pays most of the Justice League in case they need money.
Yeah. So,
Like, I know that Tony Stark rents out the Avengers Mansion, but he doesn't, like, help.
Pay them anyway, yeah.
really. So,
I mean, I know they do that from a narrative standpoint because Spider-Man is more interesting when he's struggling with his real-life stuff. But,
yeah. Which is why him being on the Avengers doesn't really work, because he's not supposed to be respected in any way, shape, or form. So,
Although I did see a comment somewhere online the last couple of days. It's like, Spider-Man really wouldn't have a problem these days. He just set up a Patreon.
oh, I'd donate to the Spider-Man Patreon. All right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Spider-Man would make plenty of money off of Patreon because he's Spider-Man.
that isn't a Patreon supposed to be, like, for patrons of the arts? Sort of.
The art of destroying bad guys, yes.
Spider-Man is creating Arrested
A better
Bad-
New York.
Well, he is
Spider-Man is
quite
creating a better New York.
he is quite creative with those photographs, yeah. Oh yeah, that's what the Patreon could be. Cool photographs of Spider-Man saving the world.
At the
In fact-
$10,
At the $10 tier, you'll get a Spider-Man selfie at every crime
In
scene.
fact, Peter Parker himself could set up the Patreon and claim that it's for the pictures that he takes of Spider-Man for the Daily Bugle. No one would
okay,
argue.
because Jonah's not paying him enough for those.
$15 tier gets access to the PSD files.
Okay, actually, I make that joke, but there was I forget what it when it was or from what issue or whatever, but there was a relatively touching Jonah moment in a comic where they're like, dude, this kid's like 15. Why are we buying his photos? And they're like, look, he's having a hard time. And then they show the Bugle article on the Ben getting killed, and it's like, oh, he can be human sometimes.
Once in a blue moon, yes.
Yeah.
And then there's the issue with Captain America calling him out for his Hitler stash, which was great. and then the next panel is just Spider-Man outside waving hi as Jonah is now clean shaven.
He turns around, yeah, he's completely clean shaven.
Oh, man. Comics can be great sometimes. They can be awful most of the rest of the time, but they can be great sometimes.
Sometimes, yes.
I'd be more willing to try to read the good ones if they weren't like $60 billion. So.
And there weren't like 1,000 different series going on at once, and you have no idea what creative team's on which book.
Especially since all of the books start over at issue 1 every 2 years, so.
Yeah.
It's not even you're not even sure which story arc.
I want to get hold of the graphic novels from the more recent Daredevil run where they tried to go like more like snarky and lighthearted with it.
Oh, Mark Waid, that run is excellent. So I definitely recommend.
I think it was Mark Waid, yeah.
Yeah.
The art style looks.
It's the only Daredevil run I ever hear get talked about.
Yeah. The art style
outside
looks
of like
pretty vibrant,
Miller,
so.
yeah, pretty much.
I remember this bus fighting sequence, and it's really visually impressive, but you can't fucking see anything.
Also, these guys just kind of pop out of nowhere.
I mean, everyone's all bunched up together, so that means whenever you get a finisher, you get like 2 or 3 mooks at once, which is really
To be
satisfying.
fair, that is very satisfying.
Yeah. But
I do like the idea, though, of the blood spatter being so intense it covers the windows, and then you can't see anything else from that window for the rest of the mission.
That'd be an interesting idea, yeah.
It sounds like
Where
it'd
did-
be
where did
absolutely
you-
annoying
yeah.
in practice, but
oh,
you know,
we're about
it's
to
funny.
play some Soul Calibur 4 in here. Great.
Why 4 specifically?
Lightsabers versus katanas.
Oh, okay.
This is actually one of the best places to show the impact of critical hits.
Yeah.
Because everyone is so in close proximity to each other. When you do it, they all get decapitated.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So in Soul Calibur 4, the lightsaber and the katana just whack each other, and
Yeah.
Okay.
And then make Vader versus Mitsurugi into a big rivalry, I think. So,
I feel like Vader doesn't give a crap about anybody, but like maybe Obi-Wan don't consider anyone a rival.
the reason for it
Or
is that
Yoda.
Vader's design is based on samurai armor. So, you know, Mitsurugi being the samurai, that rivalry makes sense. It's you know, futuristic samurai versus classical samurai. Of course, if you want the best of both worlds, what you need is a square.
Are you
Enix
feeling
figure.
okay, Travis?
What?
How do you know what I'm doing? We're on the phone.
This bus is so boring.
I have
It
to.
doesn't even have the little TVs above. Actually, they do have the little TVs above, but they're not playing anything.
I have to spin in very rapid circles to keep my mobile phone from going into roaming mode. So, bear with me.
I'm looking for a signal. It's such a bitch.
So, okay, guys, your bus movie today will be Highlander 3.
Oh, oh.
I'd rather stand in the center aisle and spin in place.
Which one is
Your
3?
in bus movie this trip is Speed.
Which one is 3?
Oh
Does it
God!
matter? Because it's not 1.
No. Which one is 3? Because there's like the bad one, and then there's the bad one. Which one is 3? Is it the one with the Guardian?
I don't remember. Hold on. We have technology at our fingertips. Hold on a moment.
Not here. I'm in roaming charges on the highway here, and my connection keeps cutting out because it says I have no service.
Highlander 3: The Sorcerer. Ooh.
Ugh. That's the one I was talking about. I'm sorry.
How many Highlanders? Oh my God! There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's way too
5,
much
6.
Highlander
There's
stuff,
6 Highlander movies. Jesus Christ!
and only one of them is good.
Only the first one, yeah. It's a
Oh,
classic.
wait, oh.
It's a
Oh my
classic
God.
example of a story that really should have ended with the first one because, like, ugh. everything afterward was not only unnecessary, but just like there was nothing left to work with, so they had to bullshit it all.
Oh my God! They made a Highlander Endgame. Jeez, man.
Marvel's ripping them off.
Yeah. Gosh.
Well, Endgame and Revelations are the two most overused sequel titles for anything, so, you know.
The Revenge, maybe? Nah. Well, Revenge of the Blank is pretty common, but not like
Or
specific.
Blank's Revenge. Yeah.
Yeah. Although Highlander 2 is still the stupidest subtitle in movie history, The Quickening.
What is
What
it?
does that even mean?
Quickening?
Quickening is actually a word. It generally
Yes,
means
but
like
it's a dumb word.
it generally means you're bringing something to life. It's supposed to sound arcane and archaic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Instead, it just sounds stupid.
Oh, you know, it sounds like it fits in with the concept of Highlander until you watch the movie, which
And then it has nothing to do with anything.
yeah, I mean, it was a bold idea, I suppose. Because the main character is immortal, you can just have him survive until a post-apocalyptic future and do something with that. But at the same time, it's so far away from the story concept of the original.
How did they
Holy-
get Sean Connery to do at least 2 more of those?
They gave him lots of money, I guess.
Yeah, but how did they have enough budget to do that?
It was all the budget.
If it's an
Oh.
existing franchise with any kind of reputation, you can find the budget. Oh, this was his wrestling master.
Yes.
Wait, Travis's wrestling master is the assassin?
No.
No?
The guy he just exploded. He
Oh,
told
so,
us to take off our pants.
oh, so this guy killed our wrestling master for some reason. Okay.
This woman did, yes.
So this is the woman that Travis does kill, then?
You are the third-ranked assassin? Bitch.
What was our wrestling master even doing here?
He was fighting her.
They had some history with each other.
Something like that.
That's it,
yeah.
though.
It's never elaborated past that.
No, I don't think it matters.
No.
Are you the third-ranked assassin, Granny?
What? Say that again. See, I'm kind of hard of hearing. I can't hear much these days.
You're also way over there.
This time I heard you. Yeah, I am.
I'm charging my attack.
There.
That's a large cock.
That's right. Don't you see?
Oh,
thing shouldn't
Granny,
balance.
what big phallic symbols you have.
All the better to fuck you with, my dear.
You mean metaphorically, right? No.
No.
They're all
Well, this reference went way over my head.